Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy, Dark Raku here with What If Issei was a reincarnation of Yuji, Itadori. For some reason, I want to say Yujiro Hama for some reason, but not the point. But no, this is part 4 of just What If. Other than that, let me begin just What If. Also, I was thinking of doing what if, Takamichi was Baki, you know, that one character, who was named Baki from the Baki show. Just because the fact that motherfucker could probably one-shot every fucking gangster in the whole fucking universe of mostly Tokyo Revengers. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But other than that, let me shut up. I'm just rambling on at this point. Other than that, let me begin to sweat. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah. So we begin into mostly, Issei kind of, at the movies. Chilling. With mostly, Junpei. But yeah. Now, of course, while they are both chilling, they are basically watching movies. Now, we go from a time skip from that day to mostly Issei kind of meeting up with someone who... No, it's always something. So, while mostly that was happening, mostly we go into both Junpei and Issei getting out of the, mostly movie theaters. And this is where, before they can even move on, this is where, they were attacked by mostly they get out of the movie theaters, and when they were about to leave, yes, they get attacked by a crazy exorcist. No, this is not Freed. This is another freaking exorcist that went to actually attack them, just because they thought they were actually devils. And no, Junpei is not a devil. He didn't incarnate into a devil. He's still a normal human. But this is where, before they got attacked, this is where Junpei actually summoned out his jellyfish. This is where this jellyfish right now stops the holy sword, or mostly not even holy sword, literally just made a light sword to even hitting them. The jellyfish is not affected. This is where it actually just pierces the shit out of the, mostly exorcist, killing him in an instant. Stunning him and killing him, but yeah. But mostly after that, we go into mostly Issei kind of just wondering, saying, what was that? This is where Junpei says, I have no clue. But yeah, we go into mostly Issei kind of... What the fuck? Oh, shit, sorry. But of course we go into mostly Issei... Oh, what the fuck? But yeah, we go into mostly him kind of saying, we should probably go home, Junpei. Junpei says, yeah. That was weird. I haven't killed anyone. Is he dead? Issei says, no. Maybe. Who knows? Let's just go home. That's where mostly Junpei nodded and started walking with mostly Issei, and they just talked about mostly the movie, but yeah. While the exorcist is right now just paralyzed and dead, but yeah. But of course we go into mostly Issei getting to his house, and when he gets home, this is where he doesn't sense his parents anywhere, or mostly he doesn't see his parents anywhere until he sees someone actually upstairs right now smiling at him. This is where he gets creeped out and saying, who are you? This is where he tries to turn on the lights. Realize that they're working. That's not happening. Thanks to the fact that he doesn't have his double enhancements. He can't really see in the dark. And of course, instead of all that, he really just has this cursed energy. So if anything happens, he's going to have to use Black Flash to knock out this person, whoever they are. He can't sense who exactly they are, but he can just think that they're basically a threat to him, because he can't see entirely. So yeah. So of course, he starts going upstairs with just a look like he's pissed. This is where mostly the person seems to not right now show any kind of sign of being distrusted with Issei. Not distrusted, mostly being scared of Issei with that look of being serious as hell. The person is still smiling, but yeah. But it looks like a smile, probably. She looked like this, and before mostly Issei can even react, he gets pinned to the wall in an instant. This is where, she's smiling and saying, ooh, can't believe my prey actually went towards me. This is where, she kind of has her kind of fangs out, and this is where she looks to be a vampire, but yeah. But, of course, while mostly that was happening, this is where, she was about to say, ooh, I really want you. You know that? I'm gonna just take a little nibble before mostly my master comes. This is where, someone says, hey, stop that bitch. This is where, she sighs. This is where the vampires say, damn it. I was about to just take a little nibble out of you. Your blood seems delicious. Now, this person actually appears in mostly Issei's house. This is where, well, Issei says, what the hell is happening? This is where, well, he managed to kind of use kind of a black flash kick to right now push the vampire off of him. This is where, well, he was confused in who exactly this person is until she looks kind of familiar. Kind of reminds him of Rise of Phoenix, the one time he uses a boxing arena to beat his ass. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, who the hell are you? This is where, well, she scoffs and says, you don't know me? Right, you never met me. You met my brother named Rise of Phoenix. My younger brother, but you never met me. My name is Merliona Phoenix. This is where, well, mostly Issei say, okay. Can I ask why the fuck are you in my house? No, you may not. Issei said, okay. Then I guess I have to become serious. This is where, well, Issei was about to use domain expansion to kind of just get serious. Until someone actually appeared right behind him, right now stopping him by actually grabbing one of his hands and kind of pinning it to the wall. This is where stabbing upon it. And Issei didn't even scream. The pain really didn't hurt him too much, but pretty much the person looks like this. This is where someone's like, oh, that's a naughty boy you are. This is where, oh, she has cat ears, 2 black cat tails, and this is where, well, she just kind of has like this whitish skin with reddish eyes and blackish hair. This is where, well, she has an umbrella, but this is where 2 other girls actually appear. This is where, well, they look to be shinobis. This is where, well, they both kind of glance at Issei. Of course, yes, a kunai is stabbed into Issei's hand, which Issei can't really use his domain expansion no more, but yeah. This is where, well, she appears right next to Master Merliona. Also, this other dragon, and mostly this other dragon lady. But this is where, well, they really say, is he really the Red Dragon Emperor? He doesn't really look much. This is where all 3 of them said. This is where, well, 2 other people appear, but they look like they're from the church, but not entirely, just because they're wearing kind of crosses. But this is where, well, she says, really? This guy's the Red Dragon Emperor? He has pinkish hair. I thought he had supposed to be brownish hair. Someone else, I don't really care who exactly he looks like. He looks interesting. Maybe he can give me a good fight. This is where she uses her sight right now to lick one of them, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly Issei is trying to be like, okay, this sucks. Why is there multiple people in my fucking house? This is where mostly Issei question out. This is where some of the girls kind of says, well, you were a little bit rude to actually say that. The Red Dragon Emperor. Issei says, yeah. I understand. While mostly, what's it called? While we go into mostly Issei kind of just like wondering this. This is where Issei only had an idea. He doesn't know if he can actually do this or not, but he decides to do it anyway. He claps his hands. Well, mostly he hit the hand that was stabbed. This is where, well, it was confusing until they realized he switched places with someone. This is where the person says, huh? What the? Issei was free and said, okay, I'm running. This is where he starts fucking running. This is where, well, they noticed what he was doing. He jumped out the window, fucking dolphin dive out the window. This is where he didn't care. He started fucking running. Fuck it. But yeah, Issei did not care. He didn't want to deal with crazy girls and he just didn't care too much. That's where he says, I know it's fucking rude of me to do that, but I don't care. They all seem quite fucking psychotic. I don't care. Maybe I should go to Estev's house. Or, I don't think I can go to Miyoka's house because mostly her sister would get angry. Should I go to Michelle? I mean, Michelle is quite nice. She'll always protect me. I think so. Even though she's a fallen angel. This is where, well, he's thinking maybe to go to Estef. Yeah, maybe. This is where, well, he runs off to mostly Estef's house. But, well, mostly Marlena says, damn it. He managed to escape us. This is where, well, mostly she has a tint of blush on her face, while the others kind of also do the same. This is where, well, Merlin says, well, I can always chase him down. Maybe I should chase him down. Maybe it'd be fun. I cannot lie, I didn't know he would actually be able to do something crazy like that. Which he kind of did, which he managed to copy, but it was not much. He just remembers doing something similar to that when he was fighting with Tsukune. But not the point. This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of runs up. Fucking run like hell. He basically did the boogie woogie fucking switcheroony. But yeah, but not the point. Of course, we go into mostly Issei kind of running off towards mostly where Estef lives at. Estef was right now outside, kind of like relaxing, just drinking like some ice water, like mostly, not ice water, it was like iced tea. And this is where, well, She's relaxing until mostly she sees someone running down the, well, mostly running down the streets. And there's none other than Yuji. Yuji says, SF. This is where SF says, Are you okay, Issei? Why are you here? This is where SF doesn't seem to be wearing like clothes properly. She's actually wearing like this kind of like bikini and other stuff. And this is where, well, mostly, it is mostly like the afternoon. And of course, Issei says, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just came here to talk. I really didn't have a contract to ask you for to talk. But hey, I don't mind it. This is where Issei just smiles, just not really telling her about the fact that he was being chased down by a phoenix. Until this is where, well, someone actually appears behind Issei and says, hello. This is where, well, most Issei says, yeah, damn it. How many times have I told you that I don't want to talk to you? This is where, well, mostly Leona kind of says, sorry, but I do want to talk to the Red Dragon Emperor. This is where, well, she kind of uses her fire. And this is where, well, mostly before her fire can even be activated, she got frozen. This is where her hand just got encapsulated by ice. This is where, well, Issei says, what are you doing to my Issei-kun? This is where, well, Mariana says, what do you mean you're Issei-kun? This is where both of them are smiling evilly at each other. Issei right now, for some reason, feels like he should run away. Or just stay. This is where, well, he just doesn't know what to do until ice actually appears on his legs. And this is where SF just says, go sit down there, Issei. Don't worry, I'll deal with her. This is where Mariana says, huh? You? SF, what's it called? Mostly. Well, SF mostly Lucifuge glares at mostly Mariana Phoenix. Mariana Phoenix glares at mostly SF Lucifuge. This is where, well, mostly Mariana says, I did not know he actually knew about you. Actually, I can't believe you forgot about you there, SF. Haven't you got your Parage members or any of that? This is where, well, SF says, I don't really care about mostly Parage members that much. I do have them. They're just doing something else. Now, if you don't mind me, what are you doing to my Issei-kun? This is where, well, mostly, Mariana says, what do you mean you're Issei-kun? I saw him first. I saw him after him defeating my brother. Yeah, that was your brother. Now shut up and leave me alone. This is my Issei-kun. This is where, well, they're both fighting for Issei. While Issei just kind of like takes like a drink from mostly the stand where mostly Estef was kind of laying upon, mostly, or not laying upon, mostly the stand that's right next to the chair that he's right now laying upon. And this is where, well, mostly Issei just sees this whole battle happening. It's kind of a catfight, but not much. It's more like a flying kind of flaming bird versus a kind of, well, falcon made out of ice. But yeah, or yeah, you think about it mostly like the battle between mostly what's it called, like mostly like Ace and like what was the ice guy's name again? I forgot his fucking ability most of the time. Well, not ability, mostly his like what was it called, his name? Maybe, yeah. But this is where, well, they are both kind of using their auras, and of course, one aura is freezing everything, while the other aura is right now burning everything. Issei is swatched up, but this is where Dietrich says, okay, kid, I think you should do something about this. Before they decide to murder the entire kind of, like, civilian population with their strong, powerful aura. I know it's not barely affecting you, but you should probably do something. This is where, well, Issei says, and what is that? This is where Dietrich smiles and says, oh, that's easy. This is where he whispers into Issei's ear, which made Issei kind of fluster and say, what? No, I stopped being a pervert for that reason. You either do it, or they're going to destroy everything. Issei says, can I not do something else? This is where, well, we'll see Dietrich says, no, there's no other way. You gotta fucking mate with him. This is where, well, we'll see Issei say, that was not what you just told me a while ago. Oh, I'm telling you this in such a vanilla way, but not the point. I already told you the details on what you gotta do. You gotta take domination. Issei say, maybe I should just sleep it off. Issei, don't you? This is where Issei fell asleep, but yeah. This is where, well, Dietrich says, you little shit. Damn it. This is where Yuji's looking at the dragon and just shaking his head. Even the other girl, who's actually the curse blade that Issei has, right now just shake your head at the dragon. That's a very messed up thing to do, Dragon there, Kun. This is where, well, mostly Dietrich says, shut up, you two. I don't need to hear it from both of you. This is where, well, we go into Issei falling asleep, while making both Marileona and SF kind of notice that Issei actually fell asleep. This is where, well, they smile, but of course they look back at each other and also just smile. They were only arguing just to pretend like they hate each other. Entirely, they actually like each other. They're, they are the only people that can stand each other pretty easily. This is where Mariana says, "So, how did you fall in love with him, Estef?" Estef just says, "Oh, I fell in love with him. The fact that one day I actually got him as a contract user in this devil territory. I only wanted to see if I could find any potential mates when I'm here. All the boys here are kind of not my style that much, or any of them doesn't really have much potential. But Issei here has a lot of it, and he's also pretty cute." This is where almost Marilena smiles and says, "I also noticed his potential when he was fighting against my brother, even though entirely I didn't see exactly what he did to my brother. All we found out from mostly he didn't have stab wounds or anything. He had a lot of bruises around his body. That's what we found out from our brother's kind of wounds and other things inflicted upon him." This is where, well, mostly, I know SF kind of grunts and says, "I mean, he does use his fists a lot for a lot of things. On his hands. I wonder if he uses it for other things." This is where both of them fluster and blush at each other. But yeah. This is where, well, Estes Parage actually appears behind her. And this is where, well, mostly Mariana's Parage appears behind her. This is where Estes says, "I would kind of say, let's go do a, what's it called? Mostly a rating games just to see who's gonna get Issei's love. But I feel like all of us kind of did already fall for him." This is where, well, mostly Estes Parage says, "Who's exactly is Issei?" This is where, well, mostly Estes says, "Alright, I never let you to introduce to Issei-kun, my proper husband in the near future." This is where, well, she smiles with such a gentle kind of grin, while mostly Marilyn just scoffs and says, "I don't know what you mean about that. He's mine entirely." So Estes says, "No, he's mine. We agree upon that." "No, we didn't." This is where both of them start arguing, but yeah. It's where all the girls kind of just switch up. Some of them are guys, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly, they're just switch upping at this. But we go into mostly a time skip of Issei kind of just laying down and sleeping. Now, of course, he's laying down on a very, very plump kind of thighs. This is where, well, he just doesn't care. He's like, But yeah, but this is where, well, mostly he's laying upon them and he just really is asleep. But yeah. This is where, well, mostly we go into Issei waking up, and he just looks at something. This is where, well, he kind of says, "What is this?" He kind of like pokes it while hearing someone kind of just like moan a little bit. And this is where they say, "If you're gonna do that, Issei-kun, at least be proper with me. At least tell me hi and other things before doing that." This is where Issei blushes and says, or this is where he looks up and sees Marilena. This is where he tries to run away until he gets grabbed and says, "Don't you think it's rude for you to leave a girl like this?" This is where almost he says, "I'm sorry, I didn't really." This is where almost she kind of just hugs him and says, "It's fine. I don't mind it. If it's you, then I don't mind it." This is where almost Issei's blushing and fluster a little bit, but yeah. So Issei's kind of blushing like this, but yeah. But of course, this is where, well, mostly Issei's kind of being hugged tight by mostly, well, Marileona, and Issei just fluster. This is where, well, mostly he can't do anything but just like lay here, or kind of just like relax entirely. While mostly Estef scoffs and says, "Can't believe you're doing something like that. Oh wait, is he awake? Well, if he's awake, then maybe we can share him." Marlena scoffs and says, "You realize you lost against rock, paper, scissors." "No, we're not doing that. He's mine only." This is where, well, mostly Issei feels like he's being used more like a damn plushy bear than mostly a normal person. This is where, well, mostly Estef scoffs, but this is where, well, she grins after noticing something. Issei seems to be quite a little bit uncomfortable, so of course, where, well, she didn't really care about what mostly Merliona said, and goes up towards mostly where Merliona, yeah, goes up to mostly Merliona, and what's it called? Merliona and Issei, and decides to hug, well, Merliona entirely. She's just kind of squeezing, what's it called, Issei's head into mostly both of their breasts, but yeah. This is where, oh, she then smiles looking at Merliona. Merliona scoffs at her and says, "You bitch." This is where, well, mostly Esther says, "Oh, I might be a bitch, but I don't care. He's mine entirely. Also, you do know that, right?" This is where, well, Merliona glares at him, well, glares at mostly Esther, but yeah. But we go into mostly a time skip later on. Issei managed to survive the whole day, all day. And we go into a time skip of mostly Issei kind of helping, well, mostly both Irina and Zenobia with the Excalibur fragments. Of course, where, well, he fights against mostly a whole bunch of priests in an instant, but he just pretty much uses Black Flash to take them all out. But yeah, which made both was a well, Zenobia and even Irina question what the hell that was. He kind of explains that that's one of his most powerful techniques to do. It's quite has a lot of trembling kind of power. This is Zenobia questions a little bit if that thing would have shattered through Excalibur, if he then just used return fist or whatever. That's where, well, Issei said it probably would have. I didn't even need it to use the boosted gear to probably shatter it, but yeah. Zenobia blushes and says, "Oh, good to know." This is where, well, she's a little bit happy because mostly her mate, considered to be Issei, is quite strong. But yeah, other than that, we go into mostly a time skip of them kind of finding Coquebell. Coquebell wanting to fight Issei because he's considered to be the Red Dragon Emperor. And that's where Issei decides to kind of take on Coquebell to fight him. But of course, when Coquebell is fighting against Issei, he doesn't realize this, but Issei doesn't use his like mostly double wings or any of it to fight against Coquebell when Coquebell is sending light spirits and other things. He's using mostly like rubble that's actually being kind of launched up in the sky to take out Coquebell with using Black Flash, like triple hit, pop, pop, pop. This is where Coquebell gets angry and wants about to fight mostly Issei until Issei kind of says domain expansion. This is where Coquebell was about to use a giant light spirit to take him out until the light spirit disappears. And right now, Coquebell is in a... So yeah, pretty much she's in Yuji's domain expansion.
911.
But yeah, of course, that domain expansion happens and Issei starts kind of wailing on Coquebell. Coquebell is shocked. Coquebell tries to, like, get out of the way, but this is where, well, Issei pulls out his cursed blade to literally cut through the wings. And, of course, the cursed blade itself is kind of inflated with mostly Issei's energy. Cursed energy, so of course he's easily cutting through the wings and murking it right now, what's it called, Coquebell. Coquebell cannot do anything but just scream in pain. Right now, trying to fight against Issei in a hand-to-hand combat, but Issei's much more skilled and beat his ass. We get out of the domain expansion. This is where, well, Coquebell's right now on the ground, all hurt, wound, and really badly hurt. He's like, "Ugh, you won't stop my Excalibur destruction plan." This is where Issei stabs him in the neck and just cut off his mostly head. This is where he looks to be quite serious as hell, which made both Irina and Zenobia just blush in an instant. Zenobia becomes probably dribbling down there. This is where, well, she actually can't believe she's actually quite literally turned on by Issei, but yeah. But other than that, we go into the time skip of Issei finding Vlad, or Vladimir, or whatever his goddamn name is, and Issei just stabbing him right through the neck. This is where, well, he was shocked. This is where, well, a bunch of like these flowers appear around the blade, and this is where Issei says, "Die." Red Spider Lily slash. Killing him in an instant, but yeah. Other than that, we go into mostly a time skip from there. Mostly, it's kind of the weekends, and Issei goes back to go watch the movies, but yeah. Yes, he went to school one time just to show up, just to talk to mostly, not Mikasa, mostly, yeah, you get the point, mostly Catherine's sister, and mostly the other person, Michelle. Michelle does go to the apartments, but not the point. Well, other than that, I'm going to end it off here because I'm a little tired and I'm probably going to sleep because I didn't really sleep in the morning that well. Other than that, bye. So, yeah.